Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is Thursday, and that means it is Twisted Thursday Mandela Madness. Um, Thank you for joining me in on the update. And this week's update is week 13. So we've been doing this for 3 months and 1 week. Wow. So, if you are new here, which I do have several new people, I'll give you a brief rundown on what Twisted Thursday Mandela Madness is all about. And then we'll get into, I feel like I have a hair hanging in my eye. Um, but Twisted Thursday Mandela Madness, it is a collaboration between myself and the lovely Amanda over at Obsessive Crochet Lady. And if you don't know who she is, you need to head on over there. She is linked in the description box and check her out, which I'm pretty certain you guys know who she is. But her and I were discussing at the end of last summer, I think it was. We were wanting to do a project together, and this was well before I had a channel, and we couldn't figure out what it was. First thought was amigurumi because we both love amigurumi. She likes to make things small with thread. I like to make things bigger with blanket yarn. So we discussed it, decided no, and um, then we started talking blankets. Went back and forth for a while with messages, and she brought up the Mandela Madness, which I had not done, and um, I wanted to do it when it first came out, but I never really looked into it that far because I had stuff going on and I just never got to it. And so I was like, okay, let me check it out. And so I looked at it and I was like, okay, perfect. Well, and I still feel like I have a hair in my eyes. Maybe it's an eyelash. Um, yeah. But she had done several and she had ordered some yarn Christmas cakes from the Knitting Network, and she was really wanting to use those in a Mandela blanket. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can find some Christmas cakes with the colors that I decorate in because they are so different from hers. I don't do traditional ish anything. I do the more whimsical and vibrant colors. So I looked around, couldn't find anything with my colors in it. And so I told her, I was like, well, go ahead and do yours in Christmas, and I'll just do one in one of my Mandela cakes. I mean, it is a Mandela Madness after all, correct? So she asked me which color I was going to use, and I had told her I wanted to use my favorite, which is Nifflers. I make a lot of blankets with this. They always leave my house because they're either gifted or donated. And I figured it was about time I make one for myself to keep. Well, it's also her favorite of this brand. And so she's like, but if I see you doing it, I'm really going to want to do it. And I was like, I know. And you keep talking about the Christmas blanket, and I really want to do one, but I can't find the colors. So we were talking about it. And I was like, I'll just look online. And if I have to, I'll order my colors separate. Well, we were still fixated on this one. So the more we talked about it, we were like, you know what? We are crazy. So why don't we just make both? Let's do a Christmas version and our Nifflers version. And so Twisted Thursday Mandela Madness was born. We decided we would make it a very laid back project. Um, at the beginning, no more than 5 rounds per week because she has lifey stuff in work. I have lifey stuff, health issues, etc. And trying to make a goal of any more than that would just take the fun out of it. And we knew once the blanket gets bigger, it is going to get to a certain point where we are no longer going to be able to get 5 rounds in a Christmas blanket and 5 rounds in a Nifflers for a total of 10 rounds per week. Because we have other stuff and other projects. So we invited people to join along. We have had some people join along. And as they're working at their own pace as well. And as they make progress, they are sending in pictures. And when we get those new pictures, we spotlight them. I don't think up to this point I've gotten any new pictures because last time I checked a little bit ago, I didn't have any new ones. So maybe next week. But anyhow, so this version is a yes. We are doing the Mandala Lion brand in the colorway Nifflers, which is our favorite. And it is a lightweight number 3, 5.3 ounces or 150 grams, 590 yards or 540 meters, 100% acrylic. And yet again, I did not write these down when I'm able to visually see for the hook and crochet and needle recommendations because it's just too small and my eyes won't let me read it. So this is one version. The other version, for my Christmas version, I am using Herrschners Worsted yarn. This colorway happens to be in the baby line, but it's the same. It was just, I ordered 3 out of the regular line and then 3 out of the baby because of, like, the pink was the shade. This is the colorway Cloud. And these are a number 4 weight, 100% acrylic. 8 ounces or 226 grams, 489 yards or 448 meters. Made in China, machine wash and dry. And they recommend a US size 7 knitting needle and a size I9 crochet hook. And so one of my colors was the Cloud White. And the rest of them I've had to ball up because the skeins have collapsed. So they are all the Herrschners Worsted. The other color is this beautiful red, which is Victorian Red. And it is in the regular line, not the baby. All same specs. And then I'm running out of room in this. I have them in a tote along with their yarn. And they are getting to the point where they're going to have separate totes, I think. The third color is in the Worsted Baby line, and this one is Pixie Pink. And let's see where we're at now. Let's get this out of the way. And then I have in the regular worsted, not the baby line, Seaspray Blue, which is this one. Very, very pretty. And then one more. Come on. And then I have in the regular Herrschners Worsted, this is the color Lime. And I know you're probably saying, if you're new here and you haven't seen, you're like, how in the world is that even Christmas colors? Think whimsical, think Grinch, Cindy Lou Who. Yeah, and it'll all come to you. But I also decorate in those colors year round, technically, because I have my kitchen decorated in Pioneer Woman and the colors, yeah. So I could technically leave the blanket all year long if I wanted to, and it still blends in. It doesn't necessarily have to be for Christmas, but I also decorate with these Christmas colors. So, and all my ornaments and all that are these colors. So, with the Mandala Madness, it is it was a CAL that came out in 2016. And it was by Helen Shrimpton, which is crystalsandcrochet.com. And you can log in there and set up an account if you're interested. Doesn't cost you a thing. They do not send you emails or anything. And all you do is set up a password and you have access to the different CALs that they have come out, all the different pieces and parts. You can download them, print them if you so choose. I do the printed versions. I do believe Amanda is still doing the video tutorials. And if you are more of a video tutorial make along person, then those would be located at In a Nutshell. All you have to do is look up Mandala Madness, and it'll bring up the whole playlist of all of the tutorials from part 1 through 18. And then I also believe she has the part 19, which is the addition to it. If you finish at the normal 18 parts, this is what she will look like when she is done. Granted, in your color choices of yarn, of course. There is an additional part, as I was saying, that will square it off. Amanda is leaving hers round. She has with all of her others. She prefers the round ones. I'm still unsure if I will, once we get to this point, I will decide if I will continue on into part 19 to square it off. We will just have to see. Not making that judgment call right now because I know I'll change my mind every other week. So, with it being week 13, if we were on track in our progress of 5 rounds per week, that would put us at doing rounds 61 through 65. We are over the halfway point. Yeah, we hit the halfway point last week. Wow, I just realized that. So did I get all 5 rounds done, which would be round 61 through 65 this week? Well, I'll give you a little hint. I am on part 10, which part 10 consists of rounds 64 through 70. And last week we left off in part 9 for, we would have been doing for this week the last 3 rounds that were in that one, which would have been 61, 62, 63. And if we made it that far, we would have been on 64 and 65 in here. Did I? Well, according to my marker, I will be starting on round 66 next time. So yes, I managed to get all 5 rounds done. Only because there were several rounds that were very quick. There wasn't a lot of detail in them. It was building up to what we will be working on next, which is very tedious. So I was able to breeze through quite a few of them. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it. I've been in AFib multiple times in the last week or so. According to my Fitbit app, which I re-downloaded and got to looking at the data, it's been going on longer than what I was thinking it was. It just got really rough last week, which most of you know. I did have the appointment with the cardiologist. They sent me to the hospital for blood work. The blood work came back good. My EKG showed that I had gone back into normal sinus rhythm. and they are sending me, is it next Tuesday morning? Yes, next Tuesday morning, I have to go to the hospital for another heart test. Um, so we'll see what's going on because it's really starting to drain me. Because the other day I went into AFib, I think it was 3 times. I would go in, come out of it, and start being relaxed enough. Then I would go right back in and then come out of it. Same thing. And then go back in and come out of it. And I'm just exhausted, guys. Not getting really a whole lot done. It even wins me to try and do my laundry. So hopefully they can get this figured out and get me back into having the well-controlled AFib where we're not having a problem. But anyhow, that is for you guys who have been asking me for an update. So with the Christmas version of my Mandala Madness, that is a 4-weight, I am using a 5.5 millimeter dots. And then for the 3-weight, the Mandala Nifflers version, it is a 4.5. Yes, I am using a little bit bigger size crochet hook than Amanda. She is doing her super tight. I am not. I only do amigurumis super tight, and for blankets, no. I'm not trying to kill my hands with the arthritis. So, she's younger than me. She can handle it. Right, Amanda? But anyhow, let's look at where we are. And we are still attached from where we left off on round 65 to, because these rounds you're technically working in the round right now instead of slip stitching with the last stitch to your first stitch and then chaining up to go into the next round. Right now we are working in the round. So we are still attached and we are about to get into some heavy detail work. So I don't think I will probably get all 5 rounds done next week. If I do, which I'm not seeing it possible, but yeah, it's next week. Our next 5 rounds will be crazy, and so. But what does she look like now? So here's the Nifflers, and this is what I mean by these rounds. We're going by so super quick. You're just building up for the next detail work that you're going to be doing. And it's a lot of single, half doubles, and double crochets to build up and make these new corners. So make sure I'm not pulling. I want to make sure I've got stitch markers in it so I don't pull it out. So here we go. And yeah, I can't wait to see what the new detail is going to look like on these. It's going to be, it looks like bobble stitches with diamonds around them. So we'll be adding those next time, I'm assuming. But yeah, I'm really liking it. It's turning out so pretty and it's getting so big. So, and yes, seeing how it is in number 3, it is a lighter weight, so it'll be perfect for like summertime throw and stuff like that. So, yeah. And for the Christmas version, which my color choices, the 5. What I chose to do was start with the white and then work my way to the Pixie Pink and then into Victorian Red, then into the Seaspray Blue, and then into the lime green, and then start all over, and I'm keeping the same color sequence. I am not changing it as much as some of these rounds when there's a bunch of them together where you don't change color. I am so tempted because it seems like it's a lot of the white that pops in there like that. So, but I know it'll all work itself out and yeah. So, where here's the Christmas, and this is what I mean by the straightaways where you're just building up in your singles, half doubles, and doubles. So it made these rounds go by pretty quick. And I know I can't get the whole thing in, but this is what we're looking like thus far. And I probably need to maybe lay them out and take some photographs of what they look like and lay them out on a queen size bed, and that way you can see some kind of size comparison. But I'm really liking how this is turning out so far. I would love to get it completed before our fair and turn it in as a fair entry, but our fair in our county is way too early in the year. Last year it was the last week of June, which kind of caught a lot of us off guard, and we didn't get all our projects done. Typically we are the 3rd week of July, so I don't know why it was like 3 weeks early this past time. So hopefully that won't happen this year. I haven't looked on their Facebook page or their website to see what they've decided where they're scheduling it this year. Maybe I should so I can be prepared because I have yet to start any of my fair projects. And here we are going into almost March. So yeah, here's the Christmas. And this detail is wow. Wow, wow, wow. I think it's going to be absolutely stunning when it gets finished. So, yeah, that's this week's update. And this has worn me down. Um yeah, uh I haven't been folding up anything. um so hopefully I'm not sure how many of rounds 66 through 70. I think all of them are very labor intensive, but I'm not quite sure. So we'll see how many of those get done for next week. Because I do have some other projects I need to give some love to. Um, so yeah. And I guess with that, I am gonna let you guys go. I am exhausted. And I think I am actually going to get ready for bed after I get this uploaded so you guys can see it in the morning. Like I said, if you are new here, Amanda is linked in the description box. She drops her video at 6 a.m. her time. She is Central Time. No, she is Eastern Time. I am Central. So mine comes down at the same time, but it's 5 a.m. And her and I do not tell each other where we are, what round we're on, how many we've gotten done, any of that. No sneaky peeks, no nothing. I am just as surprised when she drops her video as you guys are. And she is just as surprised as I am when she drops. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. You can tell I'm getting tired. But anyhow, go over there if you have not and check her out and see where the status of her Twisted Thursday Mandala Madness is. And yeah, I can't wait to see hers in the morning. Because I'm recording this Wednesday night. It is 10:15 my time, PM. So with that, I'm going to for real let you guys go. I hope you have a great day. And basically, when you're seeing this, you are on the weekend eve or baby Friday. And I hope, if I don't have any other content coming out, that I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I will see you again on Monday. So till next time, just remember, life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars and your yarn. So till next time, love you guys. Bye.